or the video feed should be back. It should have the audio over top now. So once again, streaming is back up at MoSportsZone.com. Big turnover by the Tigers, their second fumble of the game. Second on the first possession, or first play of a drive, I should say. Ensuing kickoff. Tigers catch it. They're going to take it out of their own end zone, crossing the 15 to the 20 inside, across the 25, and a leg tackle going to bring them down at the 30. Strong return by Bias, and that's where the Tigers will start this drive from their own 30-yard line. So like I said, streaming is back up, MoSportsZone.com, and on the MoSportsZone app. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but I believe that for the time being, they are worked out. I'm not going to give you a permanent answer because I don't know anything anymore. First and 10 from Versailles. They need points on the sheet, and essentially self-inflicted wounds have put you down 7. But still 10-15 to go. It's just now the H&R block of Versailles' second quarter. A lot of time left in this game. That strong formation, Bias under center. He leans forward, and they're going to mark him down, and they're, what? Oh, I want to see how this plays out. The sideline official blew the whistle that the play was dead, but then started pointing like a football being recovered. The ball came out on the play. But initially it was ruled down. However, the sideline official, almost out of habit, started to make the gesture as if it was recovered. But he did whistle the play down first. That whistle happened. However, if you're Eldo, I understand your case here. You did see that point starting to happen, but it was whistled dead first, and that is where the play will stand. So I will say, if you're an Eldo fan, you're heated right now because you're saying, hey, we had the stop. What's going on? But no, that was the initial whistle, was that it was down. So Versailles catches another break. Well, catches a break. It was a fumble, but it was after the ground. Tigers have got to be stronger with the football right now. 2nd and 9 from their own 31-yard line, trailing by 7, just under 10 to play. Strong formation. Morrison gets it. Takes on the tackler. No, excuse me. It was a pitch out. It's bobbled out of bounds, and the Tigers, my goodness. It looked like Morrison had it. Instead, they sold it. Bias had it on the rollout, flipped it, and as he tried to flip it to Miller, Miller took a big hit. The ball was knocked up in the air. Wound up out of bounds, luckily for Versailles. I don't know what's going on, if it's the humidity, if it makes things hard to hold on to, what's going on, but ball security is a major issue for Versailles. They do pick up positive yardage, though, 3rd and 4 on their 36-yard line. Versailles, you're at the point, you just have to take a deep breath. It's okay. The almost happened, the whoopsies happened, get them out of your system, and hold on to the football. Strong formation, 3rd and 4. Bias, he's going to keep it. Weaves, bobs, takes on their own 38. What does Versailles do here? And that's not what you want to see. Another Tiger down on the field. It's the second injury for Versailles, and a big one. You can't lose O-linemen when you're a run-first team. Of course, you don't want to see anybody injured, but especially that. While they tend to the player, we'll take a break. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Have you ever gone into panic mode because you reach into your wallet and your debit card is not there? Hi, this is Ryan Pryor from Citizens Bank of Eldon and Versailles. With the Brella app on your mobile phone, you can block your debit card with a quick tap of a button. 5 minutes later, you remember that it's in your pocket. No problem. Just go back in and unblock your card, and now it's business as usual. Ask us how you can enroll. Member FDIC.
A hometown bank, a hometown friend. The Morgan County Health Center in Versailles reminds you can help your child have a healthy future. Encourage them to get 1 hour or more of physical activity every day and limit screen time to 2 hours in watching TV or playing video games. Sure, they get 3 servings of low or no-fat milk or yogurt every day, 4 servings of water, not sugary drinks, and 5 servings or more of fruit and vegetables. Healthy habits lead to a healthy future. A message from the Morgan County Health Center in Versailles.
Looks like Dalton Reza shook up on the field at a night that the Tigers have already lost Reese Murdoch for the evening to injury. You hate to see anybody shook up, so hopefully for Mr. Reza, it'd be great if it was just a cramp or something like that in this hot, humid temperature. It's very difficult to deal with, like I said. And it's good to see Mr. Reza up and walking off the field right now. And like I said, hats off to the El Dorado trainer, who has been out here tending to Versailles players as well. That's fantastic. We never want to see any of the kids get hurt. Very kind of her to be working on both squads. And as I mentioned, Reese Murdoch shook up a little bit earlier. And if you know anything about these Tigers, that changes a lot of the complexity of what they're doing. But I need to actually check in on some other scores. And I'll just tell you right now, Justin, if you get a chance, if you could pop over on MoSportsZone and take a look at the Eldon Osage game, I'd love to get an update on that score. When you do, feel free to just jump in with us here, buddy. Since I got a spot for a color guy anyways. So Reza has been helped off the field, but still going to bring up a 4th and 2 for the Tigers. Their own 38-yard line. It's a big adjustment, not only trying to get 2 yards on 4th down, but now you've made a change. Now you have somebody on the line that maybe hasn't seen game time yet tonight. That's a heck of a way to start your first possession or first play. If you've been on the bench, you hope you were staying loose. But it looks like instead the Tigers are going to line up to punt. High snap, low punt, takes a hop at the 40 over the return man's head. Favorable Tiger roll across the 35 down to the 33. And that was Fletcher Bias making the punt. Once again, Reese Murdoch, your normal punter. But Reese out of this game, and I do not believe will be returning. So the Tiger defense is going to have to get a big stop here as they trail by 7 with 8:20 to go in the game. As I mentioned earlier, some other great games going on in the area. Osage and Eldon has to be near the top of that list. Mustangs and Indians have been rivals for a long, long time, and they're battling it out tonight at School of the Osage. Eldon has a record of 3-0. Osage 2-1, the lone loss being to Blair Oaks.
Right now, Osage.
Roeder takes the snap, thought about throwing, instead he's going to keep it, and he's going to keep it right into a pile of Tigers. They hit him back at the 30. It's going to be a big loss of about 3 or 4 yards. I'd say it's 4 yards, but another player down, this time down for El Dorado Springs. Boy, I absolutely hate seeing this. Justin, you have an update there?
I do. It looks like right now Osage is winning 21-6. The clock isn't right. I haven't seen the scoreboard, so I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's in the second quarter right now. Eldon has the ball, but 21-6, Osage is winning.
Gotcha. I appreciate the update. Justin, I tell you what, you can stay with me here. I know you've been an official for years, and how important is it for the officials to maybe keep an eye on some of these kids and start seeing some heat-related things? I see the officials trying to hydrate. Yeah, that's another thing that I think gets overlooked. The officials got to stay hydrated, too. They're running up and down this field.
That is a big thing. For us officials, it doesn't matter what sport you're in. If you're active, you have to stay hydrated. Nowadays, it's hard to keep up with the kids. It doesn't matter if it's football, basketball. Those kids move up and down the field, move up and down the court, and as an official, you want to be able to be at your best, to be in the position to make the right calls, because that at the end of the day, it is about the kids. But if you're not in position, you can't make those calls, and it doesn't do anybody any good service if you're not hydrated and ready to be at your best.
I love that synopsis. By the way, while I've got you, how about those Tiger Girls volleyball players? Our own Brit that runs the...
They have been. I have not officiated any of their games. I've been there a few times as a line judge. I've been there as a spectator, and right now they're having a good season. They had a nice, I believe it was 5th place finish up in the Higginsville tournament. They just beat Hallsville the other night, and then I think it was last night. I got back. I was in Eugene, came back, and they had a nice 3-0 win. And it's going good. I'm sure they're excited. I believe it looks like they're getting better every single game. So it's fun to see how the girls are progressing and where they'll continue to go, because it's still kind of early on in the season.
Absolutely. Justin, I appreciate you, man. I'm going to jump back in here, though. Big play by the Tiger defense as it was Ty Morrison with a big sack for a loss. That's going to force 3rd and 18 here. Roeder drops back to throw. He's looking for the left. Now he has to scramble out to the right. Tiger pressure back there. It's picked up nicely. And Roeder trying to run on the right side. He's going to be popped out of bounds. Penalty flag comes out as he's finally brought down. I'm thinking maybe 18. He's still got a good 12 of that, though. But it should be 4th and about 6. But let's see what the penalty is and what the Tigers choose to do with it. You're in the kind of situation now, if I'm Versailles, if that leaves anything more or less than more than 5 yards, I'm not too worried about it. If it's going to be 4th and 5 or 4th and 6, I'm just going to let them punt it back to you here with 7:04 to play. See what the signal is. It looks like the penalty is going to be enforced. So El Dorado, it must have been a chop block there, as they're going to pace out 10, and that's going to make it, I'm getting confused. We've got different signs. One on the sideline, one on the board. Somebody thinks it's 3rd. Somebody thinks it's 4th. Maybe it's 2nd. It could be 1st. It's a down. I know it's a down. It is going to be a replay of 3rd down. Possibly. Boy, they are still trying to spot this thing. Okay, it's now going to be a hold, excuse me. And it'll bring up 3rd and very long. I'm looking at 3rd and 20, I believe. Well, the scoreboard says 4th and 19. But they're saying 3rd and 19. Roder with 2 receivers to his left, drops back. He's looking, nearly picked off, bobbled around, and finally knocked free. The receiver almost able to bring it in. It's the big guy for El Dorado Springs, number 3, Russell Ferguson. He is 6'6", 200-pound tight end. They rumble him right down the middle of the field on a slant. But give it to that Tiger secondary as he was bobbling around. You saw a Tiger corner come in, drop that shoulder, and pop him a little bit. And I don't care if you are 6'6" and 200 pounds. You get hit by somebody while you're trying to make the catch, and you think twice about it. El Dorado will have to punt. The Tigers nearly get a hand on it. It's a high punt going to hit at the 44. Takes an El Dorado roll across the 40, 35, 33, 32, and it will finally have a seat at the 31-yard line of the Tigers. That's where Versailles will start this drive. So you can look at this 2 ways. The negative of this half has been Tigers have been sloppy with the football. It's been lots of turnovers, lots of near turnovers. Positive is you have played that bad, and you're only down 7, and you have the ball left with 6:30 to go in this second quarter. The H&R block of Versailles, second quarter for that matter. So lots of positives, like I said, for the Tigers. Surprise. I mean, Hawaii is a good football squad, but so is Camdenton. Thank you very much, Justin. Versailles, little different look here. They're going to go ahead and spread this one out in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. Bias, he's going to roll left. He flips it out, and another? Is it another? It's another turnover for the Tigers. Not 1, not 2, but the drive has resulted in a fumble. I don't know what else to say. I have to assume the first, second, and third message in the locker room is going to be Coach Daniels saying, hold on to the football. I mean, 3 bad turnovers by Versailles, self-inflicted wounds, so the defense going to have to get it done again. El Dorado will take over the 28-yard line. But first, I think they're going to go ahead and just get to the water break early. It's 6:25. No point waiting that extra 25 seconds. We're listening to KS95 Sports.
A full-service graphics company, Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising does it all, from screen printing, offset printing, and promotional advertising to custom-built trophies and awards. It's where they do it the right way. Check out their Facebook page for their monthly special, and don't forget they offer online stores for all your group and activities needs. Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising, 733-378-5775.
For over 35 years now, Martin Metal has continued to be the leader in the metal building industry. We would like to introduce to you our new low-profile dip panel metal. This roll-form metal will give you a new sleek look, different from the regular G-profile metal. You can see it on our website at martinmetal.com or up close in our showroom on Highway K northeast of Versailles. People are falling in love with it, and it's priced the same as the G-rib metal. Give us a call today at 573-378-4050 and find out more about the area's only M-panel low-profile metal here at Martin Metal.
So a first down run here by El Dorado Springs as we come back from the water break. It's just going to be a short gainer of about 2 for them. That'll make it 2nd and 8. So the Tigers, I know I'm saying the same thing over and over, and I'm not trying to beat this into the ground, but it is what it is. Turnover sales in this first half of play. And we have another stoppage. Well, now I'm confused. That must have actually been a timeout on the last one. This must actually be the water break. We're going to go ahead and hold it here, but we'll call it a Lloyd Belts Automotive timeout anyways. It'll be 2nd and 8 for El Dorado from the Tigers' 21-yard line. when we come back, I mean, but that's all there is to it. Like I said, for Versailles, you've got to hold on to the football. This game is still very much within reach. You're only down 7.
Update: Osage just got a touchdown. They're trying the extra point right now. It is 27-6, and the extra point is up and good, 28-6.
I wondered about that. That's a good Osage squad. I appreciate the update, Justin. Thank you. That Osage squad, they looked good early. They were 2-0, and it's one of those, yeah, they have a loss on the record. That loss is to Blair Oaks. So, I mean, you do with that info what you want. But so Blair, right now it's Osage all over Eldon. Mustangs were 3-0 on the season going into that one. Hopefully they can get the offense going. 2nd and 8 from the 21 of Versailles for El Dorado. Roder in the shotgun. Going to run the reverse. And a lot of room across the 20, 15, 10. He's into the end zone. Tigers were not, and it got him. That's going to be 6 more on the board for the Bulldogs, as they have taken advantage of not 1, not 2, but 3 Tiger turnovers and turned them into points. 21-8 is the lead. So we'll see if Aldo chooses to go for 2 here or not. It looks like they will. They'll keep Roder in the shotgun. One receiver split out wide to his left. The receiver comes in motion. Roder takes the snap. He's going to keep it running up the gut. He found a seam, and he scores 23-8. Lead for El Dorado Springs with 5:46 to go here in this first quarter. And once again, we'll go ahead and hold it because, well, we just took a break. I say again, for Versailles, you have to remember, this is the H&R Block of Versailles' second quarter. It is the second quarter, 5:46 to go. If you can drive, as shown, they are completely capable of the problems with Tiger drives this game. Option 1 is you've turned it over on literally the first play from scrimmage to start a drive. Or option 2 is you put points on the board. That's it. If the Tigers can show some ball security on this drive, they can go score and then get the ball back to start the second half and have a chance to be right back in this game. But it starts with being able to hold on to the football and move it down the field. I mean, El Dorado has not straight up really stopped the Tigers. They've just been able to knock the ball loose a few times and force some turnovers. So Versailles, of course, a couple injuries in this one already. Our Lake Regional injury report coming a little later in the game. I said in the pregame, my favorite Lake Regional injury report was no report. And sadly, Reese Murdoch out of this game, and I believe Dalton Reza out of this game as well. So the Tigers suffering some injuries early, and that has definitely had an effect on this game. At the 10, across the 20, out to the 25, shedding a tackle at the 30, head to the 40. Little room to work with at midfield, and a late flag going to come out as finally ridden down. The play not whistled dead, at about the 46-yard line of El Dorado, but that flag came out from the El Dorado side of the field. I want to see what the call is going to be here. Usually on a return, it goes against the return team, and judging by the hands of the official, I'm afraid that's what it's going to be. Talk it out, discuss some things, and it is going to be a hold on the Tigers. So looks like it was going to be a great return and fantastic starting field position, but instead that hold is going to negate it. But the fact still remains. 5:34 to go. You have the ball. If you can show some ball security, you can move this football. This could be a big possession for key. And I know right now that confidence probably a little shaken. You go put some points on the board, and you can restore that confidence quick. So this drive will be moved back now to the 34-yard line. So still decent starting position for Versailles. We'll make that the 35. They're going to split a receiver out to each side. We've seen that heavy package a lot, but instead now we're just going to operate out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, Man comes in motion. They're going to run the jet sweep, but the play whistled dead, and it was biased. He faked the jet sweep and kept it, but it looks like it's going to be, again, more self-inflicted wounds from this Tiger squad. That's going to back them up another 5. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 30 now for Versailles. Tigers taking their time in this huddle. You're not too hurt. It's 1st and 15. The way you've ran the ball, that is still very, very manageable. Two receivers out to the right in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff. Running up the gut, Miller spins off one, dives forward, and he picks up the penalty yardage again. Well, the majority of it, at least, as he dives forward to about the 30. That'll make it 2nd and about 11 for the Tigers. 5:10 to play in the H&R block of Versailles' second quarter. Splitting two out, two each side. Bias in the shotgun. Miller to his left. Takes snap. Dropping back. Looking to throw. Dancing. Pump fakes. Sheds a tackler. Stays on his feet. But two more El Dorado's players there. Ball is on the ground. Ball is still on the ground. El Dorado picks it up. Drops it. Bodies everywhere. Who came down with it? El Dorado recovers their 4th fumble of the first half. If you had El Dorado Springs defense in fantasy football, congratulations, you won this week. That is a tough blow. Takes over possession at the 11. I mean, the ball was knocked loose, picked up, knocked loose again, stayed on the ground, rolled down the field, and El Dorado recovered it at the 11-yard line of Versailles. So El Dorado threatening to put more points on the board. Rodert in the shotgun, halfback to his right, one receiver out to his left. Takes it, drops back, looking to throw. It's going to be a quick slant to the middle. It's tipped up and falls incomplete. El Dorado hasn't thrown a lot this game, but when they have, it's been that quick slant. They've been pretty good at it. So that'll make it 2nd and 10. .436 to go here in the H&R block of Versailles' second quarter. 2nd and 10 for El Dorado on the 4th fumble recovery of the first half for the Bulldogs. The shotgun, Rodert takes it. He's going to run right up the gut, jumps over one player, but two Tigers waiting there for him as they're going to hold him to about a 4, make it a 5-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 5 from the Tiger 8-yard line. I was being a little too generous there. It looks more like 3rd and 6. This once again, a big series for Versailles. Can you keep them out of the end zone? Keep them within arm's reach? At no point have I felt like El Dorado flat out outplayed Versailles. It's been the turnovers. That has made all the difference. El Dorado, tight formation, one receiver split out to the right, halfback beside Rodert. He's going to keep it following the left guard. He runs forward. The Tigers waiting for him at the 5. Drag him down at the 4-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down from the 4-yard line. Should be 4th and about 3. It's a huge 4th down. What does Eldo do? They do have a field goal kicker if they so choose to use it. Play call coming in from the sidelines. About 3.5 to go in the H&R block of Versailles' second quarter. Versailles needing a stop in the worst way. And Eldo not thinking field goal. No, they're thinking 6. Tries to get him to jump. Tigers won't bite, so Eldo's going to take the timeout. I think the play all along was, can you get Versailles to jump? And if not, probably take the 3 here. But it's going to be a timeout from El Dorado Springs. They want to talk it over. We'll talk it over as well. When we come back and Versailles get the stop on 4th and 3. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
The students of Morgan County R2 have done a lot to make their hometown proud, and many have stayed in the community to help Versailles prosper and grow. Whether they excel through sports or through academics, our students need our support. As a parent, be part of your child's education. As a community, be part of their activities by attending sporting events, concerts, and other extracurricular activities. Our support today means better leaders for tomorrow. From Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Laurie.
So this is a huge moment for Versailles, as everything that could go wrong in this first half has. I mean, I have never said this before. 4 fumble recoveries for El Dorado Springs. Usually if you fumble the ball 4 times, you're going to recover at least one of them. El Dorado has fumbled the ball twice. They recovered both. The problem is they also recovered all 4 of Versailles' fumbles. So the Tigers have been plagued with some slick fingers. We'll see what they can do here on this 4th and 3 as Eldo comes back out. I was curious to see if Eldo was actually going to go for 6, and indeed they will. They do have a kicker, but they're not going to go that route. In the shotgun, Roder, 1 receiver's to his left. Takes it. He's going to keep it. Running up the middle. Steady bounces to the outside, and he's untouched. Roder in for 6. Eldo extends the lead 20. It's just Roder has showed the ability to run outside, to run inside, really to run wherever he pleases right now. And Versailles has slowed him down, but not necessarily stopped him in this one. Eldo lining up for the extra point. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So Eldo makes it 30-8 with 3:10 to go here in the H&R Block second quarter. Well, I thought they did. I saw the hands go up. Did I miss something? Must have been a penalty on the play. I'm sorry. I guess we're going to have to do that one again. Try to adjust the score here. I don't know if I could do that. Oh. Okay, time. Low snap, good set. Kick is blocked. Extra point, no good. So, one pause point. See if they can get the offense going with 3:10 to play. They trail 29-8. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Calling all property owners. Discover the benefits of partnering with Dunn Property Management. They're here to help. From maximizing your investment to ensuring hassle-free management, experience effortless living with expert property management. Let Dunn Property Management handle the details so you can enjoy peace of mind. Reach out today to learn how they can help. Dunn Property Management, 573-569-1200. That's 573-569-1200.
3:10 to play in this second quarter, and Versailles needs to find their offense. 29-8, they trail. I know you're going to think I'm crazy when I say this, but if Versailles could hold on to the football, this very much could be a game. The problem is they have spotted Eldo field position for everyone from the 20, the 30, the 11-yard line. A lot easier to put points on the board. When the Tigers put 8 up, they went the distance of the field to do it. So we'll see what happens here as they close this second quarter out. Points could be huge for Versailles going into the half. Eldo getting set to kick off. Tigers could use a big return from Bias here as the breeze knocks the ball off the kicking tee. Boy, I think I made that more cockamamie, actually. If you feel like it's Whopper Jaw, just unscrew that. Takes a hop. It's going to be picked up at the 15, across the 20. Inside looking for room at the 25. Hit immediately at the 25, and that's where he is wrestled down. Special teams of El Dorado, good job on that kick. So Versailles will start their drive at the 25-yard line of El Dorado Springs. They've got to go 75 yards to get points with 3:02 left, trailing 29-8. This is a big time for the Tigers. You've got to get points going into the half. If you could go get 6 or 8 here, make it 29-16, you give yourself a puncher's chance in that second half. But it starts and ends with holding on to the football. That has 100% been a summary of this first half. Versailles going to split 2 receivers out to the right. Bias in the shotgun. Miller to Miller on the left side looking for room. Takes contact once, twice. He gets a yard, maybe 2, and he's going to be pushed back. It becomes very interesting. I mean, Versailles in a bad spot. You lost one of your linemen. That affects your run game. You lost one of your good linemen, for that matter, one of your better linemen, and it affects your run game. You also lost your number 1 wide receiver and the best wide receiver in the conference, Reese Murdoch. So that affects your pass game drastically. So the Tigers in a situation of what can work or how can we make it work. 2:25 to play. 2nd and 7 for the Tigers from their own 29-yard line. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Bias moves Miller to his left. Checks the play on his wrist. Takes a snap in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to Zeke. Zeke trying to get to the outside, but he is wrapped up. Tigers do not want to throw the football right now. That's going to back the Tigers up and make it a 3rd and 10. minutes to play. Versailles started red hot in this one. I mean, a bad fumble on the first drive, but the first time they didn't fumble, they marched down the field at will and put points on the board. Actually took the lead 8-3. Since then, El Dorado has rattled off 26 points unanswered. So 3rd and 10 from the Tiger 26. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Bias in the shotgun. He drops back. He's looking to throw on the right side. He's going to throw the quick out route just over the head of his intended target, Ben Peck. And that's going to bring up 4th and long. Tigers are going to have to punt. So with 1:22, I mean, that's another problem not having Murdoch. That's your punter. So instead now, Versailles is going to have to try to play the field game and pin Eldo deep. Eldo's return man currently at just the 43-yard line. High snap. It's controlled. It's a high punt. And it's going to be caught at the 48-yard line of Versailles. So that's where Eldo is going to start this drive. I missed by a few minutes, but you're listening to tonight's broadcast on KTKS Versailles Eldon at the Lake of the Ozarks, 95.1 FM. Also online at lakeradio.com. Can Versailles keep Eldo out of the end zone to end this half? You got to have some kind of a positive, and that would be a great place to start. Can you force a turnover of your own? You know that Eldo wants to run. If they throw, it's all been quick slants. What can the Tigers do with this drive? Well, there must have been a penalty on the play on Versailles somehow because the officials moved the ball to the 31-yard line. I never saw the yellow hanky come out, but that I blame them. You're in a position where you can put up points with 1:07 to go on the 31-yard line, so they'll take the Lloyd Belt Automotive timeout as well. I mean, if you're Eldo, you think you're in a position where you can kind of close this thing out before the half. If you're Versailles, you're thinking, man, if we can just get a stop, get any kind of positive momentum going into the half, because I'm telling you, this Versailles squad had a lot of positive momentum. They really were riding a high, and turnovers kind of crushed that. So see if Coach Daniel's squad can regather a little bit here and get a little bit of momentum back. One big turnover, a pick, a fumble, stuffing them at the line, whatever it may be, there are ways to generate a little bit of excitement going into the half and feel better about the second half coming up. I actually have not looked in advance. I don't know where I'll be next week, but I do know tomorrow Mizzou is back in action as they will play host to SEC foe Vanderbilt. Yes, first game in the SEC this year for Mizzou. Mizzou, the number 7 ranked team in the nation. They were number 6 last week. They were the only ranked versus ranked game of the week, and they won that game by double digits, so it makes sense that they would drop in the rankings. Yeah, I don't get it either. I am very confused as to what is going on right here. Somehow this ended with Versailles having to repunt. There was a penalty on the punt that backed him up. Tigers going to have to repunt this. It immediately tackled at the 35-yard line. So there was a penalty on the initial punt, backed the Tigers up, forced them to repunt, and that worked out great for Versailles because Eldo now will start from their own 35-yard line. So that was a bit of a break for Versailles. Just under him. What you got, Justin? Who do they play host to?
They play host to Hallsville.
Oh, that's always a fun one. A Tri-County showdown there, Hallsville and Eldon. Thank you. 1st and 10 from their own 36, under a minute to go in the shotgun. Roeder, he's going to roll out to his right. He's looking to throw downfield. Secondary, the Tigers have it covered up. Roeder, he's going to try to run back to the middle. Little shimmy and shake, nice cut, bob and weave, and he's finally knocked down. A lot of running for a short gain as he picks up maybe 3 up to the 39-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 7. Clock continuing to tick down. I don't think Eldo's too concerned about this one. You don't want to, I mean, if you can throw downfield, you will, but you also don't want to force it and give the Tigers a little bit of life before the half if you're the Bulldogs of El Dorado. Game seconds. Tight formation again. Roeder takes it. They're going to run the jet sweep. Following the tackler, he's got a little room as he crosses the 45 ahead to the 50 and dragged down at the 49-yard line of the Tigers. A big gain. 14 seconds left. You're probably going to have to throw this ball if you're El Dorado Springs as they take the Lloyd Belt Automotive timeout. They will talk it over on the sidelines. So this will be interesting because, like I said, Eldo, they rolled out like they were wanting to throw up the sideline there, but we haven't actually seen them release a throw up the sidelines. The only passes that we've seen released in this game have been slants, generally about 5 to 7 yard slants up the middle of the field. Unless only 14 seconds remain in this first half for Versailles, it's just try to get to the locker room with this score if you can. I'm extremely glad that this is the last night, in theory, that temperatures will be this high during high school football games. First and 10 for Eldo, 49-yard line of the Tigers. Versailles trying to slow down El Dorado Springs. I say again, the Tigers have turned over 4 fumbles in this first half, and Eldo has converted them into points. Receivers split out to each side for Roder. He's in the shotgun, takes it, drops back, looking to throw to the left side. Quick slant, bobbled up, nearly picked off. Bias laid the wood in the secondary to break it up. That could have been an interception just as easily as an incomplete pass. Once again, that is the risk you run with a pass game. If you're Eldo, who has not thrown the ball in this game, you run that risk of, what if one does get tipped up, picked off, and the Tigers take it to the house and you give them that momentum. So I'll be interested to see, with only 10 seconds left on the Versailles 49-yard line, does Eldo go back to the air looking for a big hitter, or do you more say, we're up 21, we'll take that to the half? As they get the play call in here. Empty backfield, Rodert alone. He's got 2 receivers stacked to his right, 1 to his left. Takes the snap, drops back. He is looking to throw. Looking right. He's going to air it out on the sideline. Nearly picked off again. I mean, inches away from being picked off that time. I had to look twice. Gage Judd nearly had the pick. And with Gage's energy, there's a good chance that could have been a house call. So I said it before, and I'll say it again. El Dorado is playing this game here. You've been a run team all half, and now you decide you want to throw. Only 5 seconds left, 3rd and 10 on their 49. I really think it'd be wise to just take a knee, but hey, do what you want to do. El Dorado, 1 receiver split out to each side, no 2 receivers to the left now. Empty backfield for Rodert. And they're going to run the jet sweep on the left side, the 50, the 40, the 35. That's where he goes out of bounds, and that's how the second quarter comes to a close. Turnovers plague the Tigers and the 29 on the board. 29-8 is the lead after 1 half of play. Hy-Vee halftime show coming up. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Holly Lift Boat Lifts. You've got your home at the lake, and you found the perfect boat. Now, to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Holly Lift Boat Lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Holly Lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Holly Lifts.
The students of Morgan County R2 have done a lot to make their hometown proud, and many have stayed in the community to help Versailles prosper and grow. Whether they excel through sports or through academics, our students need our support. As a parent, be part of your child's education. As a community, be part of their activities by attending sporting events, concerts, and other extracurricular activities. Our support today means better leaders for tomorrow. From Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Lori.
Racing legend and spokesperson for Como advertisement for me. And well, yeah, I done fell in love with me.
I love you, Chip Thunder.
See what I mean? I just wanted to write an ad telling people to go to ComoConnect.com and sign up and get award-winning ultra-fast internet, and this done happened.
You're doing great, Chip Thunder.
Well, that's just creepy. If you want internet that you'll love, but not in a weird way, go to ComoConnect.com.
Whoa, Chip Thunder.
Take your softball and baseball skills to the next level. The Shed is Eldon's own indoor hitting facility that features 2 full cages with screens, tees, and pitching lanes. You'll love their top-of-the-line pitching machine that throws a variety of speeds with precise locations to perfect your swing. The Shed also has a workout facility. You can add it to your cage rental or just purchase as a regular membership. Open Monday through Friday, 3:30 to 8, and Saturday and Sunday from noon to 8. Look for the big white building across from Gerb's in Eldon. Book times now on Facebook at The Shed.
Not the first half that Versailles was looking for. They looked good early. I mean, a turnover on the first possession, so I guess I shouldn't say early. But after that first possession, they turned it on. They drove down the field, put 8 on the board, led 8-3. After that, El Dorado rattled off 26 unanswered points. And they were kind of assisted on those 26 unanswered because the Tigers had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 fumbles, all of which were recovered by El Dorado Springs. I mean, that's just, I don't want to just say a tough break because, I mean, there's things that go into it, but El Dorado had at least 2 fumbles that I recall, and they recovered them both. And it's one of those things, football bounces in a lot of weird ways. Some days it bounces in your favor, and some days it does not. And it seems like this has been one of those days that it has not bounced in Versailles. Coach Daniel was saying in the locker room, like I said, I'm sure a lot of it has been, hey, guys, we really need to hold on to the football in that second half. But, you know, it's to the point, you got to have things to build on in the second half. That may be the most important part. And for the Tigers, like I said, ball security is one thing. Move the football, because while they did early on, I think with a fear of ball security moving forward, they struggled a little bit with that afterwards. Yes, you had the fumbles, but it just seemed like the aggressiveness changed a little bit. They went from that strong formation where the fumbles were to a bit of a stretch out formation where you had 2 receivers at each side, just the quarterback and the halfback and the shotgun. And, I mean, I get it. You got to make your adjustments. You got to do what you can do. But I would love to see the ball security improve a little bit so they can go back to running that strong formation they had so much success in. Not only early in this one, but early on in the season. But like I said, 29-8 is the Eldo lead over Versailles. And from all the score indications we were getting from around the area early in this one, it's Eldon not faring very well against Osage. I believe in our last update, they were down 3 scores. So hopefully the Mustangs can rally a little bit and start putting some points on the board. Justin, what do you got?
Yep. Halftime in that game, Osage is still up 28-6 at half. Helias is beating Camden 14-6 right now. It's about 2 minutes left in the second quarter. And then Russellville, we got 8-0 over Afton. And then Holden over Lincoln 22-6. Those are the area games that we have right now that I've got updates on.
All right. Thank you very much, Justin. I appreciate it. This is the Hy-Vee halftime show. And joining me right now is going to be one of the assistant coaches here for Versailles and the head statistician, Wyatt Espinoza. As SB, we are on the air, and your headset's hot as you put that on. And, I mean, looking at these stats for El Dorado, I mean, it's been a combined effort and a lot of yardage being, well, not a ton of yardage, actually, but well, SB, I'm just going to ask your take. What did you see in the first half that's the difference maker in this game? Because I got a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to score whenever you have a short field. And, you know, we just got to carry the ball, and that'll solve a little bit of our problems. But, yeah, we got to take care of the ball.
No, I agree. First drive, Tigers fumbled it on a run in that strong pass, to 3. Then drove down the field very, very well and were able to get a stop. And we're able to put points on the board, go up 8-3. But after that, I mean, 4 fumbles in one half is one thing. 4 fumbles recovered by Eldo is a whole nother. Eldo has 2 or 3 fumbles of their own. They've recovered all of them. As a coach, is there much you can really do to say to your kids, or other than just, hey, hold on to the football?
It's hard because, I mean, a lot of that's focus. And I feel like, I mean, you're watching the game. I feel like a lot of it's focus and energy. And when it comes to holding on to the football, I'm not sure. I guess that's why I'm not a football coach. But, yeah, focus, energy. That's.
I get it completely. I know you probably can't say much to us, so if you can't, just tell us that, and that's fine. Do you have any update by chance on either Reese Murdoch or that's terrible? Lineman went out during the game as well.
Dalton Reza.
Thank you. Yes, Dalton.
Reese is getting reevaluated right now. I spoke to him briefly, and they said that he was done for sure at this half, and then he'd get reevaluated. It's just something with a nerve in the back, and it kind of felt a little awkward. And if you've ever had one of those, it's really hard to tell, and it'll get fixed with time. But it's just hard to tell when. So he may be feeling better now. Who knows? I couldn't even tell you. I see him over there. He's moving. He's standing. I came over to me and smiled a little bit. So that's always good. Dalton, his ankle is, I don't know if he rolled it. He kind of said something about he was at the bottom of the pile and something happened there. And so he's still sitting over there. The trainer looks like she's going to tape it up, and he's going to try to see how he can move on it. Also, Zeke Miller was sitting over there. He came out for a second. He was kind of pointing to his head, but I'm not sure exactly on that. But briefly talked to him, and he just said he was okay. But if anyone was to ask me how I was feeling, regardless of what was going on, I'd probably say I'm okay too. So I guess we'll see.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the second half and what the Tigers need to do to get back in this game. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Veracruz Mexican Restaurant invites you to join them for a casual lunch or a nice family dinner out with delicious, authentic Mexican cuisine. Veracruz has a great selection of burritos, tacos, seafood, enchiladas, salads, and more, all prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Grab dinner tonight from one of their 3 locations: Veracruz on South Highway 5 in Versailles, Veracruz Jr. on Highway 52 in Stover, or on Highway 65 in Lincoln. Veracruz Mexican Restaurant, a proud sponsor of local athletes.
PenMax Staffing has immediate job openings with long-term potential. They have excellent opportunities in Eldon, Versailles, Jefferson City. Apply online at penmac.com or call 573-392-8383 to set up an appointment for an interview. That's penmac.com or 573-392-8383 to apply. PenMac provides free help finding a job. Apply today and go to work right away. Your one application will help you find multiple possibilities.
Heart attacks don't follow a 9-to-5 schedule. And neither do we. At Lake Regional, a full heart attack response team is on call day and night. It's a demanding job. But then again, we never mind being woken up by our neighbors. Lake Regional Health System, our
H&R Block of Versailles is a family-owned and operated block advisor's office celebrating 10 years of business serving Versailles and the surrounding areas. Pamela Johnson, an enrolled agent, and her certified team are here to prepare your taxes, handle your bookkeeping and payroll, plus audits, tax notices with the IRS and the state, and problem solving and issue resolution. For more information, call the H&R Block office on Monroe Street in Versailles at 573-378-5843. 573-378-5843.
And we're back with the Hy-Vee halftime show. Coach Wyatt Espinoza with us. If those of you that didn't know, this field means a lot to Coach Espinoza. At one point, there was talk of putting a statue. Back to more positive things. You had a pretty nice game here one year.
I hate you. It was. I had a good game. It was a good game for me. It was probably my career night. But what funny story? I have a picture, and this is probably the best compliment anyone can get. They used to, I don't know if they still do, they used to have a tackling dummy with Kobe Williams' name written on the face mask.
Really?
Yeah, and it was here. I couldn't remember if it was here, and then I looked. Kobe's mom posted a picture on Facebook, and I screenshot it a long time ago because I was like, I'll never forget about it. Like, that is probably the best compliment that you can get.
That really is, because if you know they're thinking about you in the offseason, you did something to make them think. But yeah, Wyatt played here. Was it your senior year? And
yes, it was.
Yeah, his senior year, and he went off for like 278 receiving yards, 158 passing yards, plus 156 rushing yards, and that was all before halftime. So,
yeah, actually, I think they are indicting me to the El Dorado Hall of Fame after this game.
That's fantastic, man. I'm very happy for you.
I'm just
for the second half. I mean, it's a 21-point game. Tigers get the ball first, start the second half. If you're Coach Daniels right now, and of course you are part of this coaching staff, what would you like to see on this first Tiger drive?
Just aggression. I mean, we get the ball back, and we had an opportunity at the end of the half to put points up, and that would have been big going into halftime. Then we get the ball back. But as a coach, I'm looking at them. I mean, we got to look ourselves in the mirror and just say, we've got to bring the stinking energy.
Yeah.
Because right now, we feel like we're getting our butts kicked and the game's not over. You know, and at one point it was 15-8, and the morale and the energy was the same as it is now. And so we've got to turn this game around because that's where it starts at, is the energy.
Wyatt, I'm going to ask you something that I'm probably not supposed to ask. It's probably a little taboo to talk about right now, but we're going to do it anyways. Everybody knows the situation right now that Versailles essentially for the season is going to be playing a class up in most sports. And obviously that presents bigger schools and bigger challenges and things of that nature. But as a coach, as an alumni, as a former player, you know these kids very well. To a degree, do these kids somewhat feed off being the underdog? Does it add a little extra fire knowing, hey, everything is pointed against us? A lot of people said we weren't even going to win a game. We won last week, started off the season. Does that do something to you as a player that makes you want it even more?
Absolutely. For me, that's what feeds me. I mean, and there's a lot of our players that are like that whenever the odds are dealt against us or them or whatever individual. We come in with a chip on our shoulder and we're just, I'd say it's like angry. You feel angry, but it's just like what's feeding you and what's making you play hard,
And the life, at the end of the day, this is all about kids growing as individuals. You talk about learning a life lesson there. That's a beautiful one. Hey, sometimes things aren't fair. Sometimes you don't understand why you got to deal with it. But if you can and you can come out better because of it, then you grew as a human being. And for those that don't know Coach Espy, he, of course, will be the head basketball coach his first year at Versailles. And I got to tell you, when you were hired, against you, I've called your games, all that stuff. That's kind of always been your mentality. I've never seen you get excited about beating someone that you knew wasn't on your level. It was more of the games when we're going to play Blair Oaks when they had the 2 6-10 Northweathers. It always seemed like those were the games that the best version of you came out as a player. And I feel like it's the same as a coach. I've watched you over and over, and you seem to get more amped. Does that really just seem to be the mantra this year? That's like, we want the bigger dogs. We're not worried about beating the teams we should be. We want the big dogs.
Absolutely. And I do it now as a coach, but whenever I was a kid, whether it was whenever I was playing ball or whether I would, even now, I mean, I would wake up at 4 a.m, look at my phone, see what time it is, 5 a.m. I'm waking up before my alarm because I'm so stinking excited, and I don't know what it is because the game is at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. But there's just something about it, and I guess it feeds off being the underdog.
Well, you're a Steelers fan. You've been the underdog for a long time now.
I tell you what, can the radio play Renegade to give us a little bit more hype whenever?
I love it. Well, I got you for a second. Mizzou back in action tomorrow. I know you're a big Mizzou guy, too. Tigers 3-0 on the season. They open up SEC play with Vandy. I've been telling people all week, I get it. Vandy's not Georgia. No one's pretending they are. But, dude, there's not an easy week in the SEC.
No, and Vandy's a lot better. If you've seen the games that they played so far, they have put it down on some teams. And I think last week was a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Realistic. I mean, did they play an SEC game last week? And then, but they're a good team. And whenever you play, you might get shocked. It's kind of like Mizzou a couple years ago whenever they were having a rough year and Eli Drinkwitz's first year there. And then Georgia came down, number 1 ranked, and we just about beat them.
Yeah,
Georgia didn't show up that day. So it's anyone's game. And at that level, it's the same way with high school in a sense, but so many teams are so close in skill that little things set them apart.
100%.
And if you don't do those little things right, then any game is possible. Whether you are, a smaller school, a mid-major, or a Power 5 school.
And I want to paint a picture for you here. Somebody presented this idea to me this morning. I was talking to my buddy Jeff out at the Family Center. Oklahoma plays Arkansas this week. Hear me out. What if the Sooners somehow take out Alabama? What if we go on down the season, we stay undefeated, we handle our business, and then we go out and take out Alabama? There's then a bye week for the Tigers, and then we come back to the zoo, and it'd be Mizzou and Oklahoma likely deciding who's going to go into the SEC title game. You think there's a chance if we get in that situation, College Game Day makes their way to Columbia?
I've heard them talk about it. I watch College Game Day every Saturday morning.
You a McAfee guy?
I am. I love
How can you not?
I love the energy, but that would be insane. You know, when they went to West Virginia this year, they were shutting down the schools and the colleges were shutting down.
Oh yeah,
that's going to happen. And I don't know how many schools around the area will shut down, but that'll be amazing.
They used to do that when KS95 went places. We'd have games, and I'd have Nick Saban on here, and just like Pat McAfee, I'd be feeding him steak right off the bone and all that stuff. But it started creating too much chaos for the town, so we couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah, right.
With them finishing putting up your statue, I didn't really want to cause that chaos tonight. Oh well, I say again, this game is far from over. Second half of play. What do you think the key would be? Full second half. If the Tigers have any chance of winning this game, they are down. I mean, they're down 21. 3 scores sounds like a lot, but in high school football, because I know you're going to think I'm crazy when I say this, I don't think the Tigers have been outmatched in play. Not turned the ball over. I don't think El Dorado looks like a better team than them.
I would absolutely agree. And on the way up here, we were talking about what wins you basketball games. We were talking about basketball. We were talking about the 3, 4, and 5 guys are what win you games.
Yes.
You got your studs and stuff like that, but the 3, 4, and 5 guys are the ones that make a difference. At this right now, with guys that might be out, guys that might not be returning, we're going to have younger guys come in. This is their shot. This
Absolutely.
is their shot to prove everyone wrong. If I'm them, I'm bringing so much energy because this is their opportunity. And if we're going to come back and make this a game, let alone win, I think it's on the backs of those guys that are coming in that are trying to prove something.
I honestly could not agree more. I think now's a great time to step up and kids have a chance to not only make a statement tonight, but earn playing time in the future. Coach Espy, I appreciate you stopping in with us. I know you got to get back over there with about 2 minutes until kickoff. Thanks for coming up, buddy, and I'll see you after the game.
Hey, last time I messed up on this, TIG.
ERS. Oh, that is Wyatt Espinoza, head coach of the Versailles Tigers basketball team and also one of the assistants on the football team and the head statistician getting it done tonight. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with the third quarter action in just a bit. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Every day, your Jefferson City Wellness. If you're enrolled in Medicare Part B, Medicare Advantage plans, and most commercial plans, they'll cover up to 8 over-the-counter COVID-19 tests per month at no cost through Hy-Vee. Most plans cover these costs and no prescription is required. Stop in at your Osage Beach or Jefferson City Hy-Vee pharmacy and see the helpful pharmacy staff today.
When you're looking for a new furnace or air conditioner, price is important, but warranty, reliability, and efficiency are big factors too. At DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling, you'll receive very competitive pricing on the industry-leading AirEase products. Every AirEase product is built on 80 years of experience, testing, and research. Servicing the Lake and Jefferson City areas for nearly 15 years, DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling for reliable products offered by reliable people. Call DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling.
At Versailles Total Fitness, they want to make sure that you get the most out of your fitness and training and achieve your desired goals. Tara Grantham is a certified personal trainer and registered occupational therapist who can help you reach your goals and stay injury-free on the way. For prices, call Tara at 573-789-6800 at their new snapped hours, Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 5:30. That's Versailles Total Fitness at 131 North Monroe Street. Versailles Total Fitness, helping you reach a healthier lifestyle.
Hi, I'm Brandon, and welcome to Gladstone Cove Boat Trailer Sales. Do you need a trailer to get your boat out of the water? Maybe just a replacement trailer. Or considering selling your boat and you know a trailer will help get it done. We carry 11 lines of high-quality boat trailers, and if we don't have what you need, we also build our very own line of custom aluminum boat trailers. Thanks to everyone that's been by or just heard of us and gave us a referral. From my family to yours, we can't thank you enough.
We are getting ready to start the American Sun Control third quarter of play. And rough first half from the Tigers. Star wide receiver is sidelined. One of your best offensive linemen is sidelined. You're in enemy territory, 2 hours from home. Conference game, you're down 21. Cool. That's how great stories start. Be honest, no one's ever started a story and said, you remember the night when we really beat that team by 60 points we were supposed to beat? That's not a very cool story. But if you get to tell people, you remember that night we were down 21 at the half our guys were hurt, and we came back and won that game anyways? Now that story is a little bit more fun. And Versailles has that opportunity. 1-2 on the season, and like I said, this is a program that is finding new roots. They changed a lot of things this year. It is all hometown staff on the sideline. But the Tigers, once again, you got to realize They gave great field position. Those fumbles had drives starting on the 30 and the 20. Total yardage for the first half, El Dorado had less than 200 total yards and have 29 points. Think about that math. You got to have good starting field position for that math to math that way, and that is the case. So, for the Tigers, you got to do something with this first possession. Rule number 1, hold on to the football. Rule number 2, 3, 4, and 5 also happen to be hold on to the football. But rule number 6 is have a little confidence, all your blocks, and run this thing, and you can get going. Would love to see some new faces step up. I was impressed with the receiving of Ben Peck in the first half. Peck was able to score the lone touchdown for the Tigers on a slant. He's quick. I mean, Peck has played quarterback start this season. Fletcher Bias has moved back into that role. They weren't sure if Fletcher was going to be able to play quarterback or not. The whole thing was Fletcher, like I said, had that Tommy John surgery in the offseason. Fletcher, a great pitcher as well, and he's a great basketball player, all those things. But Tommy John surgery makes throwing a football very difficult. Well, Fletcher's a tough kid. There's no two ways about it. So tough that he's back to playing quarterback. Yes, he's a run-first quarterback, but against Eldon, we saw him throw the touchdown that gave them the opportunity to tie or take the lead. We've seen him throw a touchdown to Ben Peck tonight. He has the ability to play this position and play it well. Official's going to jog out to the middle of the field. We are just about ready to get the second half of play underway. So again, thanks to Coach Espy. Thanks to Coach Pryor as well, helping them out tonight. Got to have a nice ride-up with the guys, and got to hear Tiger game this year. You're going to want to see what they have in store. Trying to check the time here. All righty. I gave a little shout-out earlier. By the way, while I'm giving shout-outs, I don't know if she'll ever hear about this, her family will. Congratulations to Ashlyn Pinsky. Ashlyn Pinsky over in Stover with the Lady Bulldogs. I saw the post on Facebook. I believe set the new kill record for the Lady Bulldogs. You know, Ashlyn's been a great athlete, well, since we started seeing her freshman year. And, you know, hard worker, great player, very talented, very well-deserved. So congratulations to Ashlyn on that kills record over in Stover. That is one sport that I will never talk bad about, is volleyball. Like, I'm not going to lie. Do I know all the rules? Not even close. Do I want to pretend I do? No. But to have the split-second reaction time you have to have in volleyball, especially if you're in the back row when a big kill's put down, that's crazy to me. By the time they're reacting, I haven't even seen what happened. You know, takes a hop at the 30, the 20, bounces over the head of the return man. Will it find its way to the end zone? No, they're going to have to pick it up at the 1. That could not have went worse for the Tigers. Bias tries to find some space, gets ahead to the 5, and he stood up at the 6. That's a tough spot for Bias. It looked like it was going to roll into the end zone, take the touchback, so you don't want to pick it up. That ball fell dead at the 1-yard line. Bias had to pick it up because at that point it's a live ball. If Eldo touches it, it's theirs. So Bias had to do what he had to do there, and he was able to at least muscle his way up to the 5-yard line. I was trying to see where they actually spot this. It's hard to tell because the referee is still holding the football. There was a penalty on the play. Here's the thing. If you're Versailles, it's got to be a half the distance to the goal because it's inside the 10, and it looks like that's going to spot it at the 4-yard line. So they're going to say Bias did get out to the 8, but the hold will bring it back to the 4. So the Tigers backed up in front of their own end zone. They're actually going to mark it as the 3. 1st and 10 for Versailles to start the American Sun Control third quarter. In the shotgun, 2 receivers split out to the right, 2 to the left. Morrison, the halfback, to the right of Bias. Bias, he's going to fake the handoff and keep it trucking forward, trying to move the pile. He dives forward and gets back almost to the 5-yard line. Only a gain of about 1 on that carry from Fletcher. This is a tough spot because if you're the Tigers, if you drop back to throw, you have to get that ball out quick. You put yourself in a rough situation where any sack could be a safety and put points on the board and give the ball back to the Bulldogs. But play, Eldo is going 2 safety high right now. 2 receivers out to the right. Receiver comes in motion. Bias, he's going to hand it off for the jet sweep. No, he's going to keep it. He's got running room up the middle. The 20, he's going to be wrestled down from behind at the 21-yard line. Wanted a face mask. No call. Excuse me, that was not Bias. He did hand that off. Zeke Miller with the big run, wrestled down by his face. They're going to say it's legal, and I'm going to say it's a Martin Metal first down for the Tigers. Great to see that energy out of Versailles on this first possession. Good ball security, good burst of speed from Zeke, and a good finish.
Oh, wow. Thank you to Coach Nalowski as well. Since we're throwing some shout-outs, well, after this play, we got a couple more to give. In the shotgun to keep it running to the right behind the guard. Got a little room at the 25. Dragged down at the 31-yard line. Nice pickup. 9 yards on first down for Fletcher Bias. Tigers getting a little momentum here. All right, back to this. So, shout-out Caitlin Warnke broke her own school record for the lowest girls 18-hole round yesterday at the Versailles Invitational. Wow, that's fantastic. Also broke the team low scoring record with great showings from their varsity players, KW, Charlie Stevens, Madison Corder, Andy Nations, and Jenna Robert. In addition, they had another record broken. They bring JV to their home tournament, and freshman Kenna Mims broke the JV scoring record for the lowest 18 holes. Basically what I'm hearing is Versailles girls are really good at golf. That's fantastic. Way to go, girls. Keep setting records, and you're all way better at that game than I am. In the shotgun, takes snap, jet sweep action, blockers out front, Tigers. No, it was a keeper by Bias. He sells that so well, I struggle to see the handoff, and it's going to be about a 3-yard gain. That's awesome. If you've ever golfed with me, you would understand why I find that so impressive. I tell people all the time, I have no doubt in my mind, I could go to Versailles right now, and I think I could shoot a 75. As long as you don't make me play those back 9, I can shoot a 75. No problem about it. Also, congratulations, Kyle, because I thought I saw on Facebook not that long ago that man got, was it his 21st hole-in-one? It's insane. 2nd and 7 from the 31-yard line for the Tigers. 2 receivers out to each side. Back to throw. Bias, quick throw. Nice catch at the out. Peck was thinking about running before catch, and he had 40, but just dropped it. It's one of those, he was hearing the footsteps of the corner closing in from behind. I like the quick throw, though. That's going to make it 3rd and 7 here for the Tigers. Be interested to see, if you pick up a chunk of this, do you think about going for it on 4th down? I mean, you're down 21 points. Here we go. Big 3rd and 7. Big 3rd and 7 in the shotgun. Jet sweep, no Bias. He wants to keep. He's got one defender squares up with him. And Bias, no room to work on the outside. Eldo hits him in. And they're going to hold him up and force a 4th and long. Versailles probably going to have to punt this one away. 21 hole-in-ones. Is it still exciting after 21? I mean, I'd still be freaking out. But like I said, that's someone who's not good at golf. That's crazy. If I hit a hole-in-one, it means a gopher and a rabbit were involved, and they work together to put the ball in the hole. Versailles is going to have to punt from their own 31-yard line. 4th and 8, 8:27 to play in this American Sun Control 3rd quarter. You don't want to, overstate how important players seem, but, I mean, let's just be honest. When 2 of your team leaders get injured, wow, what a punt from Bias. That thing's going to hit at the 28, rolls across the 25, and out of bounds. The 20 at the 22. That was a beauty of a punt from Bias to flip the field and help his defense out. Great job, Fletcher. Take a quick break as we switch fields. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Kids ask their parents a lot of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is the moon really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Contact one of Miller County Health Center's certified car seat techs for assistance at 573-369-2400.
Eldo running up the gut on 1st and 10 from their own 21. Going to be about a 4 or 5 yard gash for the Bulldogs. But you got to give Roeder his credit. That is good to know. I appreciate that, Kyle. He does a great job reading holes. He will sit there and has a little hesitation, kind of like, it's a weird comparison, but Le'Veon Bell back when he played for the Steelers. That's kind of how he would run. He would get it, and he would keep his feet moving, but his forward momentum went up. Roeder does something very similar. He looks for his hole where he's going to run through and then takes off with it. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 27-yard line of Eldo. Roeder going to keep it running to the left side, following some blockers, stumbles forward, falls forward, and it looks like it might be just enough for a 1st down out to the 32-yard line. So 2 plays, 10 yards for Eldo to start this drive. Said it all to stop, which they were able to hem Eldo in early in this game. It was just the field position game became a major problem. Tigers actually able to flip the field here, and Eldo, in order to score, would have to go 78 yards. They've got 10 of those thus far. So new set of downs, 1st and 10. Just under 7 to play. And the shotgun Roder, halfback to his left. And it's going to be the Jets sweep, running to the right side. A little bit of running room, a little shake and bake action at the 40-45, crosses midfield. Finally wrestled down hard at the 37-yard line. Big gainer and a new set of downs for Eldo. They love that jet sweep, and occasionally they'll flip the reverse action in there as well. And they're able to get to the outside and turn it into a new set of downs. So Eldon struggling with Osage tonight. That one was starting to really get opened up. If you'd like to check in on the Mustangs, you can see that game, MoSportsZone.com. Their game, their last year was trailing Helias. I don't know where they're at with that now, and Blair Oaks was all over California at the half. On 1st down in the shotgun, jet sweep action to the left side, taking on tacklers at the 44-yard line, driving head to the 41-yard line. It's going to be an 8-yard gain on 1st down. What you got, Justin?
At halftime, Helias is winning 14-8 over Camden.
Huh. Okay. Thank you very much. Timeout going to be called on the field. That is the water break timeout. Lloyd Belts Automotive water break timeout. And I don't blame them. It's hot out there. It's warm for us, too. We're going to take a water break as well. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Since 1991, Capital Monuments and the Atterbury family has served and supported the mid-Missouri area. They've been offered by designing and creating the highest quality monuments. At Capital Monuments, they specialize in creating personalized and lasting tributes, from pre-need and at-need family memorials to military and community tributes. Come in and talk with one of their monument design specialists. They're located west of Jefferson City in Apache Flats, or visit CapitalMonuments.com for photo samples. Capital Monuments, the tribute that lasts forever.
Back here in the American Sun Control, 3rd quarter of play. Tigers trying to get a stop, but Eldo has found something that works, and they are sticking with it. That that run game has been effective as they've mixed it up with a lot of quarterback keepers going to the inside and the jet sweep to bounce it outside. This element, to say the least. But it will be 2nd and 4 from the 42-yard line of the Tigers. Roder takes in the shotgun, and he is engulfed in the backfield. My goodness. No room to run there as the first man making contact was, let me make sure I get this right, was that Big 75? Yes, that is. Big 75, Austin Malone. 6'1", 260 on the D-line. He bear-hugged Roder and said, I think it's time we fall down now. Well played by Malone. I'll make a 3rd and 6 at the 44-yard line here for Eldo. Back in the finds a little daylight at the 40, 35, 30. Turn it on the Jets at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Broken play turns into 6 because Roder's got wheels, plain and simple. My goodness. He bobbled that ball, kept his composure, and did not care. When he picked that thing up, all he was looking for was the end zone. Eldo grows their lead to 35-8. That is a rough break for Versailles because that bobbled snap is exactly what they need, but you got to respect the composure of Roder to pick it up and go. They're going to try the extra point attempt. High snap, it's set, kick is up and is good. 36-8. Eldo in control of this one with 4:56 to go. We'll go ahead and hold here for the break. And like I said, I do apologize. The stream has been what it's been, but it's very unpredictable. When you're 2 hours away from home, you can't always know what the service is going to be for the hotspot. And at moments it's been strong, and then at moments it just disappears. I mean, it'd be like that sometimes, I guess. Started off strong, but turnovers really killed Versailles. And I think that built the confidence of Eldo. And with a team that wants to run the ball the way they do, when they're able to wear you down and find something that works, you can't give them daylight or they'll open the whole door. And that's what they have done here. But for Versailles, you're going to have to figure something out, and you're going to figure it out quick. This conference is all about running the football. I mean, there is not a single aired-out team in this conference. We saw that last year. Your Sherwoods, your Butlers, I'm trying to think who else is in it, your Adrians. They like to run the football, and they like to run it a lot. They'll stay between the tackles. Even Butler last week was the same thing. So Versailles, they're going to get a lot more doses of this style of play in the future. Definitely something you can learn from, though. By the way, it's just about that time that you're listening to tonight's broadcast on KTKS Versailles, Eldon at the Lake of the Ozarks, 95.1 FM, and also online, lakeradio.com. I'm Colton Taylor. Got Megan Vansel on the camera for us tonight. Saving the day. Don't know what I'd do without Megan. Plus, she lets me borrow Jason half the time, so I appreciate that as well. I say she lets me borrow Jason. She says that I get Jason out of the house, and whatever you want to call it. And, of course, our boy Justin back at the studio. He only works 94 hours a week right now, so he said, man, I think I need to pick up a few more. I was getting bored. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, normal people sleep, but, you know, that's boring. So here we are. Oh. I'm not really certain what just transpired, but I hear lots of clapping. Alrighty then. Well, whatever that was, that's out of the way. I really don't know what the delay is. El Dorado getting ready to kick off to Versailles. The other problem the Tigers are going to face, well, it's not quite there. Never mind. I was about to say something about a running clock, but the lead's at 28. Running clock is 30. So Tigers are fine for the moment. I still think the most important thing is play is not going to get easier. You have to find your positive. And I don't care if that positive is a formation that works, because even with the injured players, you never know what happens. You know, it could be they're back next game. It could be they're out a couple of games. You have to adjust, and it's next man up. El Dorado finally ready to kick off. 4:56 to go in the American Sun Control third quarter play. Big kick is away, and it's going to be fielded at the 15, across the 20. Stutter steps, trying to get out. Is the call. It is a hold going against the Tigers, so that's going to back them up again. It's hard to get points as is, but when you start putting yourself farther and farther in bad field position, then it gets real tough. So that's going to back the Tigers up. Wait for the officials to pace this out. Coach Daniels out pleading his case to the officials. The officials don't seem to hear it. Coach Vansel is being very polite and quiet on the sideline. He's not an opinionated man, so it's not hard for him. I told him I'd really like to put a mic on him on the sidelines. He told me he was afraid we'd get kicked off the air. So they're going to back him up. That will back Versailles all the way up to the 11. That is where they're going to start this drive. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11, 4:49 to go in the third quarter. Two receivers split out to the left, one out to the right. I believe the running back is Miller. To the right of Bias, takes the snap, hands it off. No Bias, going to keep it, trying to get to the outside. Sheds one tackle, another hanky out. You get a flag, you get a flag, you get a flag. See what the penalty is. I have a bad feeling, judging from the spot of the flag throw, that this one is likely coming back again. But it appears as if the official may be just going to put that flag back in his pocket and say, my bad, have it, thought it was supposed to come out. It actually was not. No gain there. 2nd and 10 from the 12 for the Tigers. 4 minutes to play, trailing 36-8 to El Dorado Springs. The shotgun is Bias, takes snap. Dropping back to throw. He's going to uncork one down the sidelines. Albrecht's got a shot at it, and a great job recovering by the cornerback. Otherwise, Albrecht was about to have a big play. Excuse me, that wasn't Albrecht. That was Joey Bertelli they were looking for, but that one was broken up by the quarterback, actually, Aiden Rodert. No, I was right. That was Albrecht that had a shot at that, but no, Aiden Rodert able to get back and break that up, which even more impressive when you realize that Rodert is about 5'10", Albrecht listed at about 6'3". So you got to give Rodert his flowers. This kid has played very, very well tonight. What an athlete, what a player he is. 3rd and 10 for the Tigers with just under 4 to go in the third quarter. Still on their own 10-yard line, or 12-yard line, excuse me. Shotgun, 2 receivers split out to each side. Bias, he's going to throw a quick out route. He's got a man, crosses the 20, cuts back in, driving forward, tackled down at about the 25. He makes the catch. Nice run after the catch and moves the chains for the Tigers. That's why these moments are big. I know it's going to be crazy to people to think, yeah, you're down 36-8. You get guys like Braden some confidence. Get them realizing, hey, I can get some separation on these routes. I can make these catches. I can pick up your yards. Then when you go farther down the season and suddenly you do have Murdoch back, like we have multiple options then. You've got your Murdochs. You've got your Albrechts. You've got Ben Peck back there. You've got a lot of options in the run game. It really opens things up for Versailles. So this can be a big time for the Tigers to find out who that next guy up can be. 1st and 10, just over 3 minutes to play at the 25 for the Tigers. Bias back to pass. Kept his feet moving. It's going to be a screen. But no for the back on the catch. I like the screen call. The problem is so did El Dorado Springs. The linebacker saw it coming, was able to get through the protection, and just made a hit immediately on the catch. Honestly, the back is very lucky that he held on to that one. They are going to say, though, it was a short gain. Actually, not too bad for a first down play. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 28-yard line. So, I mean, in all honesty, that's not the worst thing that could have happened. You picked up 4 on first down. 2:27 to go. It's going to be a jet sweep, trying to get to the outside, crossing the line, diving forward, and wrestled down after a short gain. The carry by Peck. However, that was actually a much better gain than I thought. That's about a 6-yard scamper. Moves the ball up ahead to the 34-yard line. So that's going to make it 3rd and 2 at the 34. That's the kind of range Tigers want to make. Because like I said, it's 36-8. You're in 4-down territory. I hate to be that guy. You don't worry about field position. If you lose by 4 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns, either way, you lost by 4 or 5 touchdowns. You give yourself 2 downs here. You build some energy. Get some scores late. See what works. Find something for next week. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Faked it to Miller, but Eldo was not fooled as they hit him for a 2-yard loss. Now it's going to be 4th and 4, I believe, from the 32-yard line of the Tigers. So this is a big play for Versailles. What's your best play? What's your best option? Can you run a quick slant? Who are you putting the ball in the hands of? What receiver? It's 4th and 4, I should say, with 1:10 to go in the American Sun Control 3rd quarter. Not the game Versailles wanted, but like I said, a game you can find out a lot about yourself early in the season. See what the Tigers do here. 2 receivers high, 1 on the short side. Bias, look to throw out route. Nothing there. He's going to scramble, and he's going to be corralled from behind and thrown down hard and late. All right, no whistle. And that's how the drive will close from the Tigers. Stopped on 4th and 4. They'll turn the ball back over to El Dorado Springs with 43 seconds left in this American Sun Control 3rd quarter. I don't hate it. Like I said before the play, you're down 28 points. It's 4 touchdowns. I mean, you might as well go for it. Try to build something to potentially do that. But instead, defense back out on the field, and the offense for El Dorado takes back over. Rodert has been nothing shy of excellent tonight. He has ran the ball very efficiently, and when he has had to throw, he's had that slant working for him. Bounced 1 receiver out to the left. The halfback is to the right for Rodert in the shotgun tight formation with the tight ends in. Going to go jet sweep again. Tigers got there. Could have been a block in the back. No flag, though. Nonetheless, they hold the receiver to a short gain of just 3. I believe that was Ben Peck on the tackle. Did a good job shedding the guy. Like I said, could have been a block in the back as Peck was trying to get there. Nonetheless, he made a great play and a short gain, and I think a Tiger just had a brief cramp there. I'm happy to see him hop back up. We've seen enough injured Tigers tonight. 20 seconds left in this quarter, 24 on the play clock. We'll see if Eldo even wants to snap this ball. They really don't need to. It is 2nd and 8 from the Versailles 23. A shotgun receiver in motion. They're going to snap it anyways. Jet sweep action again. But the receiver wants to throw, taking a deep shot. That's how the quarter will come to a close. 36-8. Eldo leads Versailles. 4th quarter action coming up. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
At Lloyd Belt Automotive, they've proudly been serving the Eldon community for 40 years. Their hand-selected inventory specializes in newer, low-mileage vehicles, each going through a rigorous 172-point inspection to ensure quality. And it doesn't stop there. Their full-service department, staffed with factory-trained ASE-certified technicians, can keep your car running smoothly. For unbeatable sales and top-notch service, see the name Eldon has trusted for 4 decades. Lloyd Belt Automotive, where customers become family. Visit today or check them out online at lloydbelt.com.
Lakefront homes, luxury homes, condos, first closures, townhomes, villas, lakefront commercial. First Choice Realty is Eldon's oldest and most trusted real estate brokerage. Christopher Weeberry is a lifelong resident of the Lake area and real estate salesperson. Call Chris Weeberry with First Choice Realty today if you're thinking about selling or looking to purchase a new home. 573-480-2313. That's 573-480-2313.
Getting ready to start the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter. It has been all Eldo since about halfway through the first quarter as El Dorado Springs leads Versailles 36-8. Starting this off, Eldo, I don't know. I'm a little surprised. You're up 4 scores. Yeah, it's one snap. No, it's going to be a little wildcat action directly to the running back. Tries to get the outside, and a good tackle made by the Tigers. Let's see who that was. That was Bias, knocking him out of bounds and making sure that it brings up 4th down, and it's going to be 4th and about 6 for Eldo. So we'll see what Eldo chooses to do here as they're on their own 23, 21. That'd be about a 36-yard field goal. We saw their kicker come out and make one from 35 earlier. So do they give him another shot at it? Looks like they're going to. No, they are not. Excuse me. Thought they were. Instead, they're going to keep the offense out there. We do have a different quarterback, though. He's looking for the quick slant times, and it is there. That's going to be a first down for El Dorado Springs. That slant has been a killer against the Tigers. New quarterback in the game, that is freshman Rylan Mays. Rylan Mays as he finds sophomore Grady Wolf with connection. Moves him down to the 9-yard line. New set of downs for El Dorado Springs. Freshman was immediately surrounded by Tigers. I will commend Eldo, though. You're up 4 scores, and I kind of get taking that shot to end the quarter now. It was your quarterback's last play. I kind of get that now. You know his night's over. Let him take a shot at the end zone. I have no issue with that at that point. So it'll be... They're still showing second. I thought it should be 3rd down. I guess that was the first down play. Huh. All right, it'll be 2nd and 11. 2nd and goal. Wildcat and the Tigers aren't having it. They stand him up at the line, playing him for a 1-yard loss. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. That's actually not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Excuse me. That's going to be a stop for a loss. They're going to say 3rd and goal now from the 15. So Versailles showing some resilience here and trying to stand firm on the goal line and not allow another 6. Shotgun snap, running to the right on the quarterback keeper. Tigers smother it. This is going to... What? What did I just miss? The play was whistled dead, and I don't for the life of me understand. I guess just trying to keep kids safe. The quarterback was still on his feet trying to make space and was about to turn around. The Tigers were trying to strip. Okay, that's odd to me. 4th and 20, or 4th and goal from the 25. They're going to bring the field goal kicker out. This is going to be a 40-yard field goal. We'll see if he's got it in him. That's Michael Crumple. Low snap. Field goal attempt is no good. Tigers going to have a chance to return it. Can you not return a kick in high school football? I guess you can't. I did not know that. All right, Tigers take over possession. I learn something new every day. We'll see what they can do with this. This is very odd. I saw the one play whistle dead, and I didn't quite get that, and then, that play there, but it is what it is. Tiger offense trying to generate a little something in the last 9-12. This is the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter.
See what gets going here for the Tigers. Can't tell quite yet. They're still in the huddle. They all have the white uniforms with the gold trim. But you tell me, does that look like Michael out there? Oh, they're back to that strong formation, sort of. The shotgun, snap his hat. It's a handoff, but Eldo all over it from the get-go. That is Michael Vansel in the game at quarterback now. Jacob, not Michael. Boy, bad habits. Yeah, Michael's not allowed to play anymore. Turns out he's a little too old for that. They let him play up at State Fair, though. Jacob, not Michael. I blame you guys for having too many kids. That's on you. Oh, Jacob Vansel. Jacob actually looked good when we saw him in the jam. He moved really, really well when he had the ball, and he made some smart decisions on when to hand it off, when to keep it by reading the linebacker. 2nd and 11 from the 21 for the Tigers. Jacob Vansel in the shotgun. He's got two receivers out to his left, halfback to his right. Receiver comes in motion right to the left. Vansel going to keep it, trying to get to the outside, and couldn't shed the first tackler and takes a lick from the second. Blocking assignments missed and some things like that. That's just part of this portion of the game. But it's going to bring up 3rd and 15 for Versailles. So it's been a rough night for the Tigers. Almost 2 hours on the road, and I think the wear of the drive kind of showed on them a little bit. Had some injuries. It is nice to look over there and a couple of the injured players standing on the sideline and seem to be all right. I think some of it's precautionary. So Jacob in the shotgun drops back. He's got two receivers to each side. He's going to throw down the right sideline. Uncorks one. Nearly hauled in, but it falls incomplete at the 40. Great throw, though. He dropped in the breadbasket. The cornerback just made a play on it. It's going to bring up 4th down, and I believe the Tigers are going to have to punt. So I'll give Jacob credit. He's got an arm. Tigers will indeed punt. I have no idea who that punter is. I really cannot make those uniform numbers out, but that's all right. They'll punt from their own 15. Good snap. It's going to bounce at the 46, rolls across midfield, taking a Tiger bounce, keeps rolling, and falls dead at the 46-yard line of El Dorado Springs. That's where Eldo will start their drive. We'll take the break. Be back with more. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
The Shine and Family Furniture brings big savings on all bedding and furniture. They've got savings throughout the store. Shop their full line of mattresses, all sizes, all brands, on sale now. Their stores have a big selection of new styles and colors to update your home now. Bedroom sets to end tables, dining sets to recline delivery. Of course, if you see it in their store, you can take it home today. The Shine and Family Furniture, located between the Taco Bell and Pizza Hut in Versailles.
Back in the 4th quarter, 7:20 to go. The Jason Blankenship CPA 4th quarter. And Tigers have taken this one on the chin tonight. It's one of those what could go wrong, did go wrong, and it went wrong quick as far as the turnover situation. The Tigers with 4 quick turnovers in that first half. I say quick because it was the first play of each of the series. Just a simple run, fumble, recovered by Eldo, and Eldo took advantage of it. It's a low snap for Eldo. Quarterback in a bit of trouble, tries to get the outside. He's met by the Tiger D-line in the game for Eldo at quarterback now. I believe that is Alec Farron. He is a sophomore, 5'8", 140. Now, you got to be pretty brave to be a quarterback running the ball against D-linemen at 140 pounds in this conference, because you got a lot of 225-pound boys running around that hit pretty hard, so shows a lot of courage in this one. Closing in on 6 minutes to play. I'm pretty certain, say, 4th quarter going to move pretty quickly because I think the offenses are going to stay pretty simple. Farron takes the snap and nothing there for him. He tried to follow the blocker, but the blocker is immediately swallowed up. So like I said, I do respect that both coaches right now running some kids in that maybe don't get to play a ton, but the 4th quarter is theirs. And this is, as we've talked before, a great time if you want to earn more playing time. Get out there and show something. Make a big tackle. Make a big catch. Show you got some breakaway speed, something. You do any of that stuff, they might be like, okay, we need to try to utilize this in a varsity rotation somehow. Get them some better reps with the first team in practice, things like that. But this is an opportunity to show some of that. As we close in on 3, 2, and 1, the set water break that is installed by our fine friends over at Misha, I believe. And they say we should take a break, and who am I to tell Misha any differently? We'll take the break and be back here listening to KS95 Sports.
Since 1882, the Bank of Versailles has been locally owned and operated. Lending decisions are made right here in our community by people who understand real estate in the area. The Bank of Versailles is your local home and farm loan specialist, offering knowledgeable staff and competitive fixed rates that are hard to beat. The Bank of Versailles, building relationships with the people in our local community for 142 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Seidenstricker Nobe Partners, we know the value of hard work, and we are here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, we have the solution for you. Our John Deere compact tractor packages are reliable machines built to tackle any task on your property. With low monthly payments and finance options, SN Partners makes it easier than ever to bring home the power you need. Visit snpartners.com for more information. Seidenstricker Nobe, your partner for the land.
I mean this completely jokingly before I say it, but if by chance you do have the live stream up and it is working, you see what I'm talking about. The moon is beautiful tonight. Our MVP of the game goes to the moon. No. Aaron takes a big hit at the end of that one. It was 3rd and 10, and he scampered for about 8. So I believe that'll bring up 4th and short. Be about 4th and 2. We'll see what Eldo chooses to do here. I got to assume you punt, but I don't know. At this point, you do what you want. And instead, Eldo going to go for it. Tigers time to blitz, hit him in the backfield. They're going to stop him short. They hit him in the backfield, stopped him at the line of scrimmage, forced the turnover on down. So great job. This is your chance. You want to get more playing time, show something. And they did right there. They read the play call, knew the quarterback was keeping, timed the cadence, and made a run at the line trying to hit him in the backfield. Great play by this young Tiger squad in the game right now. So with 5:10 to go, they take over and going to have a chance to try to put some points on the board for Versailles. I'm going to have to be thinking about it. I mean, we always have a MVP and a play of the game right now. I'm going to be honest right now, the play of the game for me is probably going to go to senior Austin Malone. He had a big sack in the backfield where he just engulfed the quarterback that was trying to run as a beautifully timed play. That may be the front runner for our play of the game at the moment. Low snap, and it's going to be thrown out into the flat, crossing the 50. Little stutter step, spin move, and the ball pops loose in the most improbable way. Eldo has it and runs it back to the 40. I mean, happened. I don't know how that ball defied physics and bounced into the air, but however it did, Eldo's got their 5th fumble recovery of the night. And a flag comes out at the end of the play. I'm assuming this is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct or something like that. Generally, when the official throws it that emphatically in the air and he is staring at the Versailles sideline, but he may be walking over there to ask them something. That could be why. Waiting to see. Yeah, this is going to go against Tiger sideline, which I don't know what was said, but to be fair, when you've watched your 5th fumble pop loose and be picked up by the other team, you probably accidentally say things. And I will say Coach Dusty Daniels is letting the near side official have an earful of how he felt about things. I love that, though. I love that Coach Daniels is that fired up, sticking up for his boys in this situation. That's what you want in a head coach. And he is really, he's demonstrated leadership in so many different ways. I truly think Dusty Daniels is great for this program. Is going to be exactly what they need going. And the timeout going to be called? Yes, Versailles wants the timeout to talk things over. We'll hold it here. I think emotions just ran high right there for different reasons, and Coach Daniels maybe decided, hey, I don't like the play call that came in. Let's try something different or a different package. And so he's walking. And, I mean, look at I say that, Coach Daniels in the middle of the huddle emphatically talking to his kids, showing some absolute passion. Love it. Absolutely love it. Under 5 minutes to go, 36-8. Eldo all over Versailles, but
This very well could be one of those games you look back at later in the season and you say, we only got to where we wanted to be because we took it on the chin that night in Eldo. You know, things were easy from the get-go. Usually there's some sort of story that helped build that. Hoping this is the last football game that I ever have to sweat during this season. Looks like cooler temperatures next week, as I believe they fall into the 70s, but it sounds like I'll be in... Am I in Eldon or Hallsville next week, Justin? Oh, that's nice. Okay, cool. Tiger pressure, nearly getting to the quarterback, but he turns the edge of the 20. 15-10, wrestled down at the 8-yard line. How about the speed right there? Brings Raylan Mays, freshman, 5'7", 150, but I guess it's just a rule. If you're going to play for Eldo, you better have a set of wheels. So that'll move the chains all the way down to the 8-yard line. It's going to be first and goal with 4:30 to play for Eldo. And I remind you, if you're listening at home, it's second string on second string right now. Both coaches, the game was out of reach at the end of the third quarter, and mad respect to both coaches. I think Versailles saw Eldo pull their starters, and Versailles said, good, we're going to do the same, and we're going to all give our second string kids some reps. It was a 4-touchdown game. We've seen players get hurt. Let's not play that game. No need to run it up. Timeout going to be called by El Dorado. I want to talk things over before this very crucial first and goal of 28 points with 4 minutes to go. Oh, goodness. It was a nice drive. This is a cool town. As we rolled in, I was really impressed. The AD was telling me this town was founded in like the 1800s, and there's signs up for it. You get a lot of vibes about that as you come in, but it's a beautiful old school looking town and great facility here in Eldo. They were extremely hospitable to us from the moment we walked in, and nothing but thanks to all of them, especially athletic director Nicholas Engelman. He was awesome. Met us up here, showed us our room, asked if we need anything. We wound up finding out we both knew the same principal, turned superintendent out of Stockton. They came just over where I was at. And yeah, small world, but they're great people up here at Eldo, and really, really appreciate the hospitality. On snap, handoff on the jet sweep. The Tigers read that so well, they nearly took the handoff. What a job getting into the backfield. Jacob Vansel. I didn't know if Jacob Vansel was going to make the tackle or take handoff for a touchdown, but he got there and swallowed the halfback up. But that's what I'm saying. Those are the moments. You make those plays when you watch film next week with the rest of your team. They're going to say, hey, Vansel, good job reading that and way to get back there. That's a great way to see yourself get some playing time more in the games when it's a different situation. So that'll make it second and goal from the 13-yard line. Tight formation for Eldo. Shotgun, quarterback by himself. He went hard count, and the young Tigers jumped. That's just being a little overzealous. Coach got you fired up. You want to make a big stop. You want to make a big play where everybody's watching. And, you don't really expect the freshman quarterback to get you with the hard count. Did. Well executed by young Mr. Mays. So that'll move the ball up to the 8-yard line. Second and goal. 3:20 to go in this game. Eldo threatening to increase their lead. It's 36-8. Eldo leads Versailles. Here in the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter, low snap. Mays wants to throw, lofts it up for the end zone. And don't ask me how, but that's a touchdown. I really have no earthly idea how the receiver got that. I thought it was picked, went through a corner's hands, I believe, and instead winds up in the hands. I'm very confused. I think it wound up in the hands of Tyson Neal, the tight end. That was a great snag by Neal, just a sophomore. I mean, the Tiger defense was there. I just legitimately think it went right thing up. Low snap, extra point is up. And off the crossbar. Boy, you don't see that very often. Hit the left crossbar, so it is no good. Tigers probably going to get one more chance to put some points on the board. We'll see if they can do it. They trail 42-8. We'll take one last break here. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Hi, I'm Jason Blankenship, owner of Jason Blankenship CPA LLC. As the year quickly draws to a close, it's time to start thinking about tax planning strategies for your farm and business. We are happy to meet with you and help you see where things stand for the year. We can also give you advice on ways to spend money to help you grow your business, all while maximizing your tax savings. No matter what your tax, payroll, or accounting needs are, Jason Blankenship CPA LLC has got you covered. Celebrating 10 years of service to the Central Missouri area and looking forward to many more, give us a call at 573-557-2417 or stop by and see us at 401 East North Street in Eldon.
What a game. It's 4th and goal. Winter Shelton drops back in shotgun. Here's the snap. Shelton bootlegs. He keeps it. He dives into the end zone. When it comes to winning and real estate, there's one team crushing the competition. Winter Shelton Real Estate Group.
Shelton is crushing it.
Look them up online and Facebook.
Winter Shelton's crushing it, yeah.
Aldo getting ready to kick off to Versailles with 3:08 to go in the Jason Blankenship CPA, and we're kind of just deciding the final score here. The wind causing some problems on the tee, so we're going to have a holder for this one. No, it's going to go ahead and set. 3:08, Tiger's going to just see if they can get something going here. Try to put some points on if possible, but above all, try to find something that maybe works a little better. See if you can see anything in some of these second-string kids, give them a chance to make a play. It's going to be a short hopper at the 30. It's touched, falls dead, picked back up at the 30. Running around one defender, shake, bakes, cuts inside, and finally pushed down at the 35-yard line. On the return for the Tigers, that was Drake Schmidt. So 3 minutes even for the Tigers left here in the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter. See if the Tigers can find something positive to build on. Like I said, 5 fumbles recovered by Eldo in a game. That is not a stat line you ever want to hear as a head coach, that you turned the ball over 5 times. He's going to split out 2 receivers, shotgun, halfback to his left. He's going to hand it off. Running room on the right side. Got 8, got 10 across the first down marker and more. Quick scamper, good yardage on the carry. I believe that was Ian Smith. I think that is the case. Ian Smith with a Martin Medal. First down, moving the chains ahead to the 49-yard line of the Tigers. Nice first down running. Ian Smith was another one in the Jamboree. I was really impressed with his footwork, and he showed it there. And the shotgun. Vancel looking to throw, middle of the field. Pass too high, picked off, and there's a chance this goes back across the 40 on the return. Got a block at the 30, to the 20, to the 10, 5, touchdown. Pick 6, Eldo. Pick 6, Eldo, and Versailles just can't catch a break at this point in the game. That makes it 48-8. I mean, I say what I said earlier. If you're the Tigers, you're trying some stuff. You're trying to see what works. That one didn't work. You go back to the drawing boards. Wait, it's been a night the Tigers are going to want to forget after this one, but that's how you get better. That is part of it. Sometimes you got to take a few lumps on the way. Extra point attempt coming for El Dorado Springs. Point attempt is up. Wow. And good. Like I said, probably would have been good from another 20 yards, no problem. 49-8 is the Eldo lead. Not the way the Tigers were hoping this one would fall. I want to go ahead and keep it here. Justin, you gave me a surprising update during the break. Elias all over Camdenton tonight.
That they are. It is.
Justin, you got me?
Yes, sir. That they are. It's a 28-8 right now, and it looks like Camdenton is trying to put it in, but there was a fumble, and it looks like Elias might have it. I'm not sure, but Elias is putting it on Camdenton.
I don't want to say I didn't expect, because I don't know anything about Elias, but I know Camdenton. They had very high expectations for that football program this year. So taking it on the chin tonight from Elias, and we heard that Osage was
pretty dominant over Eldon tonight. So not a good night for the Mustangs, but still 3-1 through 4 games is nothing to put your head down. Squibbit, it bounces off a Tiger, and he's just going to go down with it at 35. Honestly, a smart move. You're not in a position to return it. You don't have anywhere to go, and you're already on the 35. You're better off just, fielding it there. And the ref's reminding him, hey, it's 49-8. You got to wind the clocks. Anything over that 30-point marker is a running clock. So Versailles not going to have a lot of time to get some plays off here, but I'm all for it. Take shots. Why not? It's a 41-point game. Who cares if you lose by 48 instead of 41, or if you make it closer? That's great too. Tigers got to figure something out here. They're going to go into the shotgun once again. I believe that is still Vansel at quarterback. 2 receivers to the right. Low snap. Vansel picks it up. He's going to call his own number. Runs to the left. Hold there as he goes forward to the 40. 5-yard gain on first down. So that was something I really liked in the Jamboree, was I felt Vansel was very good at identifying the gaps to burst. You don't always need your quarterback to get 20 yards out of a run. If you can get 5-6 quick hitter yards, you can move down the field pretty effectively, pretty quickly. It makes first downs a lot more obtainable. Second and 5.
Go ahead. Nope, you go ahead.
All right, a run up the gut, shedding a tackler. Good job there for the Tigers, That is Ian Smith. That's a Martin Meadow first down as he carries it all the way to midfield. Go ahead, Justin.
And just final, the Osage Eldon game, 41-3 in that game.
Thank you very much. So Eldon drops to 3-1 after a 3-0 start on the season. That rivalry game, always a good one. You knew Osage was going to be geared up for it. First and 10 at the 50, under a minute to play in the Jason Blankenship CPA fourth quarter in this game as a whole. It's going to be a handoff to Smith, trying to get the edge. Does so across the midfield, crosses the 45, cuts back at the 40. He's got running room at the 30, 20. Can he stay in bounds? Walk the tightrope all the way to the 8. Great run, Ian Smith, as he goes 42 yards on the carry. If you're the Tigers, you got to go quick, fast, and in a hurry here, as you're under 30 seconds to play in this game, and you're on the, I thought he was at the Haynes. Still a very nice run from Ian Smith. Tigers quickly back to the line. 15 seconds to go in this game in the shotgun. Vansel, he takes the snap. Low snap, hands it back to Smith. Smith cuts around, tries to go up the middle. He's going to be stood up by Eldo, and the Tigers not going to have enough time to get off another play. That's how this one's going to come to a close. El Dorado Springs gets the win over Versailles 49-8. Post-game show coming up in just a moment. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Your home like a cheese, protect my homes. Keep it cool and safe, no need to roam. Stop the race before they invade your place. I can live in space, so sunny in the race. Be a champion, not a contender. With American Sun Control, you're the defender. Shield your home, make it bright and bold. American Sun Control, the story's told. American Sun Control, the need to know for a cooler home. Come on, let's go.
No pressure, low prices. Hi, this is Jason at Hewlett Chevrolet Buick GMC in Canton. Hewlett has been serving the Lake area for over 54 years, and we're proud to offer the lowest prices combined with a friendly, no-pressure environment. We are proud to offer our price match guarantee. You can buy locally without all the hassles and pressures of a big dealer, but still be confident you're getting the lowest prices on your purchase. I invite you to come experience the Hewlett difference today. Hewlett Chevrolet Buick GMC in Canton.
No pressure, low prices. That's the way we do it. Shop Hewlett. ShopHewlett.com.
Have you ever gone into... This is Ryan Pryor from Citizens Bank of Eldon and Versailles. With the Umbrella app on your mobile phone, you can block your debit card with a quick tap of a button. 5 minutes later, you remember that it's in your pocket. No problem. Just go back in and unblock your card, and now it's business as usual. Ask us how you can enroll. Member FDIC.
A hometown bank, a hometown friend.
A full-service graphics company, Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising does it all, from screen printing, offset printing, and promotional advertising to custom-built trophies and awards. It's where they do it the right way. Check out their Facebook page for their monthly special, and don't forget they offer online stores for all your group and activities needs. Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising, across from the Family Center on Highway 52 East in Versailles. Call 573-378-5775.
And back with the post-game show, and I realize those numbers are absolutely not right, so I'm just going to go ahead and make that disappear for a second. Sorry about that. Got a little caught up in things. Nonetheless, at the, the Bank of Versailles post-game show, well, let's call it what it was. Tigers fumbled on their first drive, and that first play from scrimmage, that should have been a precursor to what was going to happen here tonight. They did score on their next one as they went down the field, and it was Bias to Peck for 6. 2-point conversion was good as well, and it looked promising. Tigers led 8-3, and then recovered by El Dorado Springs, 4 of those coming in the first half. Tigers were just never able to get going in that first half because of the turnovers. Second half, a lot more of the same story, if we're being honest. The Tigers, they fumbled one more time in that second half, but Eldo ran the ball, and they ran it very well. So, tough break, but once again, in the Bank of Versailles post-game show, I do think there is a lot of growing here for Versailles. I think you can say, hey, if we had better ball security, could have been a little better off. I think, maybe we don't have quite as many turnovers. I think things happen. I love the fact that I look out on the field, what do I see? After a tough loss, somebody has came up, one of the D linemen is asking Coach Vansel something about positioning on the game, and he's down there showing them, like, all right, this is the stance you take. When they hit you, this is what you need to do. I love that. Coaching after a tough loss is some of the hardest coaching to do, but there's a great staff. So with this, as tough as it is to do in this situation, we do have to name a MVP. And your first choice realty team, Friday Night Lights MVP, it's got to go to number 10, Fletcher Bias. Fletcher, he played his heart out there. He did a great job in the quarterback position. And you're talking about a kid who once again had Tommy John syndrome and still threw a touchdown again tonight. Not Tommy John surgery. I'm sorry. Words are falling out. Tommy John surgery on his elbow. And yet he's out here playing the way he is tonight. I thought Fletcher ran the ball very, very well. And he's so good at that action where you have the option on the handoff. He really shows it well in the halfback, but keeps it at right times. I thought Fletcher played a great game. Now, as for our play of the game, the Shed batting cage play of the game, that is going to have to go to one of my favorite plays of the game. Austin Malone, the senior D lineman, 6'1", 260, thought about running it, and instead he was met by Malone in the gap, and Malone quickly sat him down with authority. Thought it was a great play and a great stance by the defense. So congratulations, Austin Malone. You get our play of the night, and the MVP goes to Fletcher Bias. Not a whole lot more to say here in this post-game show. Coming up tomorrow, it is Mizzou on the radio as they open up their SEC schedule with Vanderbilt. I believe that is what is it, Justin? Is it 1:15 or 1:45 pregame and then 3 whatever? Gotcha. Thank you very much. And so you've got Mizzou in action next week with Eldon at home with Hallsville. But across the way, Camdenton falls in their matchup with Elias. It is Osage over Eldon. And in a tough one, wow. Oh, that's not a kid. That's an adult. Never mind. And in a tough one here for Versailles, they drive 2 hours to El Dorado Springs and fall pretty hard in their matchup. They move to 1-1 in conference play, 1-3 on the season. This has been the Bank of Versailles post-game show, part of the Hewlett Chevrolet Buick GMC broadcast. Special thanks to Justin back at the studio, who was basically my color man tonight as well. Shout out to him for that. Special thanks again, Megan Vansel, for stepping in, running the camera. How things went with MoSportsZone. I know the cell phone service wasn't great and the video wasn't working. I promise we are working to find the most reliable form of streaming we can on the road, but we are kind of in the middle.